Okay, welcome to the channel. This is the Ochana's channel. Thank you for clicking on the channel today. Today I'm going to be covering a topic that is kind of close to what I do. It's stock trading and how politicians use their knowledge and they create wealth for themselves. But there's a particular politician who's made over $215 million. It's well documented. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Political corruptness, and should DOGE look into that? Today on the Ochano's channel. Okay, so I typed in a list of politicians who gained wealth. Actually, I spoke in. I didn't talk in. But anyways, yeah, I said I'm going to be coming out with something every 3 days, but I'm an American. I have the right to change my mind. If anybody has a problem with that, too bad. No, no, I just I've been wanting to cover this topic. So, anyways, what's weird is that I typed that into YouTube, or I talked it into YouTube, and there's a list that came up, and let's check it out.
This episode is brought to you by Storyblocks. The minimum salary for a member of Congress is $174,000 a year.
Yeah,
Now, that might seem like a lot of money, maybe even a life-changing amount.
Okay, so $174,000 a year, right? Uh, yeah, I mean that's a good decent amount of money. Totally is a good decent amount of money. So I don't think anybody would complain about I don't think anybody would complain about making that kind of money every year. Yeah, no, that's good.
After all, the average American makes about 3 times less. But in reality, that number means very little to many of our politicians. That 6-figure check is pretty insignificant when you compare it to the wealth of someone like Nancy Pelosi, whose net worth is somewhere upward of $115 million. For reference, that ridiculous amount of money puts her in the top 0.1% of America.
Wow, I did not know that she was the 0.1%. 0.1%. Wow. Is that right?
And makes her one of the wealthiest politicians in this country. If she had made all that through her salary alone, never spending a penny and only ever cashing in her current all-time high House Speaker salary of $239,000,
Wow,
she would have had to work
Speaker,
for over 500 years.
Okay, so 500 years. Yeah, she would have had to work over 500 years. Wow, I didn't know that.
Now, Pelosi's not a vampire, despite what some very convincing Facebook posts say. So where did all this money come from? Where do any of our politicians make their money? As it turns out, Nancy's situation isn't all that unique. Many congresspeople see their wealth grow by thousands of percentage points after they're elected, and the majority of our federal lawmakers are full-on millionaires. For reference, and I can't believe I feel the need to say this, most Americans, not millionaires. So where does all this money come from? Let's stick with Pelosi for a bit. There are a few ways she and other politicians make their money, but the first one we obviously have to.
Okay, so yeah, he talks a lot, and there's nothing wrong with that because I mean, this is a pretty good channel. What is this channel? Second Thought. Second Thought. Go over to Second Thought because he has 1.84 million subscribers. I'm sure he definitely, would like to reach 2 million. I don't know. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so I stopped that guy. I went to Google and I wanted to point out some obvious differences here. So I typed in how did Nancy Pelosi gain her wealth, right? In 2024, Pelosi's portfolio uh, made some significant gains over the past year thanks to her strategic investments. Strategic investments. Mind you, that she's outperforming the best ETF in America, which is a SPDR ETF S&P 500, which is on average will give you between a 18 to 20% increase year over year. But apparently she had some, some good gains off of Nvidia on tech stocks. That's no surprise because a lot of people, I made some money on Nvidia, AMD. They're always down and up, but they came out with some information that was not everybody knew about. So at one point they were down, and then all of a sudden they went back up. Like surprise, surprise. Um, here's one open secrets here, which is saying 11 million. No, that's not right. 11 million. Oh, 114 million, right? Yeah, 114 million 2018. So you went from 114 million in 2018 to, let's see, 267 million in 2025. Oh my goodness. According to News Nation, which is copywritten, Cora, 100 and something thousand a year. No, somebody needs to Doge. If Doge, let's all get on board. Let's have Doge check out Nancy Pelosi because something's going on. As a matter of fact, something's going on in California. What is going on in California with all the corruption, all the craziness, sanctuary stuff? What's going on? So what's going on with all the craziness in California? Let's take a look at that because I live in California, Southern California, and it just gets crazier and crazier as time goes on. It's like I'm not really afraid to go out. I don't have any problem with going out anywhere. Well, actually, I do because it's pretty ghetto out. It's pretty ghetto out. I'm not gonna lie. Um, not afraid though, but it's just like you can't go anywhere without seeing just insanity, the craziest stuff. I saw a dude on the freeway with a bicycle, and a backpack. He looked Hispanic. I don't want to say he looked illegal because, like somebody could look at me and say, "Oh, you look illegal." But anyways, what's going on with California? So why is California crazy? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see
I don't
why
know if you guys knew
California's
this, but
crazy.
California is insane. I'm working on a video right
I
now
do
about the
know that.
geography of California, and there is so much to cover, it's impossible to fit it all in. This place is shockingly diverse. It has more different landforms and more natural beauty than the rest of the country combined, and I don't think that's an exaggeration. There are more different geographic regions in this state than there are on some continents. To give you a quick rundown, it has glaciers and deserts.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool info. Thanks. That was Jerry, think. Let's see. 2024. Jillian Michaels on why she left California. Hey, I want to know.
Okay, this is my parting line. I grew up here. I'm a woman. I'm a gay woman. My
Oh,
mom's a Jew.
I didn't
My
know
dad's
that.
an Arab. I have a black kid. And believe it or not,
Hmm,
my son is half Latin, even though he doesn't look like it.
Latin.
I hold a million cards in your game of woke victimology poker. And when I leave California, maybe you've lost your fucking mind. Just maybe. Like, when you when you have me running from home. Maybe it's gone way too far.
What was the line? Like what was
Oh
it?
my God,
I guess
girl,
the
there's
end for
not
you.
enough time. And,
Oh, wow. So this is turning into a compilation of California. I hate California.
California.
I
I
don't.
think this
I
is the
mean,
worst state ever. It's
Yeah.
run by morons. And at the end of the day, I'm still here. I look every day. I hate California. I think this is the worst state ever. It's
Yeah.
run by morons. And at the end of the day, I'm still here. I look every day at properties in Florida, and it's just I gotta pull the trigger, right? I hate California.
well, who is that though? Robert Ravani. Robert Ravani, you hate California. Okay.
Oh yeah. I had a homeless man walk by me and say I look like a model. I said, "Ooh, thank you." And then another homeless man tell me that I look like I belong on Love and Hip Hop. I said, "Me? I look crazy? What?" But here's the best one. I had another man come up to me and ask me if I was interested in doing private poker games, and I was like, "Well, how much y'all paying for private poker games? Because that sounds kind of fun." Not fun as in fun for me, but it sounds like a lot of money because the private poker game sounds like some underground shit. And I'd fuck with it. But then he got into a little bit more detail, and he's like, "Oh, but we're a full service, and we prefer to maintain our private clients because they're very high."
Whoa, that went way different direction. Oops. Oh, there's a lot of homeless people in LA and a lot of homeless people in California in general, in, in case if you don't know. Like, you can't go anywhere without homeless people being and seeing a homeless person basically everywhere. And yeah. Okay, here's a good question.
I just want to know why everyone hates on California and people from California.
As someone who was raised in California from the time that I was 3 years old until the time that I was 25, I feel that I could probably answer this. California is a state in decline, and a good example of this is how right now they're the 7th largest economy in the world, but before the Democrats gained control of it, they were the 5th largest economy in the world, which is just a better place to be. California's anti-business policies and their ever-increasing taxes made it exceedingly difficult for me to find an apartment that I could afford and a job that paid well enough for me to afford anything. And it's not like I'm the only one this is happening to, so people are leaving. I left. But the people who are leaving are the middle class. They're the ones who can afford to leave. The wealthy can afford to stay, and the really poor can't afford to move at all. So all that remains are the really poor and the really wealthy with no middle class to bridge that gap, which leads to more extreme and authoritarian policies. Now, I recognize that when I left, but a lot of Californians don't. And those Californians that move end up voting in the people that do the exact same shit to the state that they now live.
Oh, you know what? That resonates. Yeah, we got a lot of people being voted in who have their head up their ass. Yeah, politicians in California, for the most part, you have your head very far up your nether regions. So, anyways, that's going to be the video for today. Yeah, I wasn't going to be selling anything today because I entered it a low and just waiting for a high to sell, and that's not today. Nope, it's not today. Anyways, thanks for watching the Ochanos channel. Have a good day, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Everyone likes my bird. Actually, I think they love him. Like, he gets 400 views in minutes. It's rather sickening. People like birds. Have a good day. Bye.